Chair thanks the gentleman, and it's now my pleasure to recognize the chairman of the Oversight and Government Reform Committee, the gentleman from South Carolina, Mr. Gowdy, for his opening statement.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. In our justice system, we give law enforcement officers incredible powers. The power to investigate, to search, to seize, to stop, the power to allege and accuse, the power to eavesdrop and intercept private communications, the power to look through bank records, the power to look through phone records, the power to even check what books you checked out of the library. These are awesome powers that must be used responsibly because those powers affect reputations and freedom. These awesome powers are given a correspondingly high expectation that these powers will be used fairly, lawfully, professionally, and in a manner worthy of our respect. Bias is the prejudging of a person, a group, or a thing. It usually has a negative connotation, but it is a preconceived position or a prejudgment. It is the making up of your mind ahead of time based on anything other than the facts, and that is exactly what he did. And he said Trump would be destabilizing, called him an idiot, abysmal, bigoted nonsense, called him a disaster. Said he should F himself. Strzok promised to stop Trump from becoming president before the investigation even began. He talked longingly of Trump resigning 2 months after he was inaugurated and well before the special counsel investigation even began. Strzok even talked about impeachment the day special counsel was appointed. That is prejudging guilt, it is prejudging punishment, and it is textbook bias. Agent Strzok had Hillary Clinton winning the White House before he finished investigating her. Agent Strzok had Donald Trump impeached before he even started investigating him. That is bias. Agent Strzok may not see it, but the rest of the country does, and it's not what we want, expect, or deserve from any law enforcement officer, much less the FBI. A fair, bias-free investigation is not a Republican or Democrat issue. It's an American issue, or at least it used to be.
There has been one obvious development. The special counsel has now obtained 5 guilty pleas and indicted 18 others, including some of President Trump's closest advisors. Here are the individuals who are already admitted their guilt. Michael Flynn, President Trump's national security advisor. He pleaded guilty to lying about his secret communications with the Russians, making false statements to the FBI, and impeding the investigation while he worked at the White House last year. Let me underscore, these are not allegations. These are admissions. President Trump's national security advisor admitted that he committed these crimes, and he is now cooperating with the special counsel. Rick Gates, President Trump's deputy campaign chairman, he pleaded.
The chair would instruct the individuals who are holding signs up, but that is an inappropriate thing to do during this hearing.
Is there a rule for that, Mr. Chairman?
Mr. Chairman, is there
Are there any rules against what they are doing? Cite the rule. Cite the rule if there's a rule against what they are doing. Cite the rule.
Names, faces, titles, and the rule and the word guilty.
The gentleman may proceed.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Let me underscore, these are not allegations. These are admissions. President Trump's top national security advisor admitted and he committed these crimes, and he is now cooperating with the special counsel. Rick Gates, President Trump's deputy campaign chairman, he pleaded guilty to, quote, conspiracy against the United States of America, end of quote, to intentionally engaging in a variety of criminal schemes and to lying to the special counsel and the FBI last year and even this year. He admitted to committing those crimes. He is also cooperating with the special counsel. George Papadopoulos, President Trump's foreign policy advisor. He pleaded guilty to making false statements to the FBI in 2017 about when he first learned that the Russians had dirt on Hillary Clinton. Also now cooperating with the special counsel. Richard Pinedo, digital marketing strategist, pleaded guilty to identity fraud and trafficking in hundreds of stolen bank account numbers over the internet, which were bought by Russians to interfere with the 2016 election. And Alex van der Zwaan, the son-in-law of a Russian oligarch, pleaded guilty to lying to special counsel and the FBI in November about his work with President Trump's campaign chairman, Paul Manafort, for foreign nationals aligned with Russia. Of course, this does not include Mr. Manafort himself, who is scheduled to begin his criminal trial later this summer. He is sitting in solitary confinement after allegedly engaging in witness tampering. This also does not include Michael Cohen, the president's longtime lawyer. At this moment, he may be considering whether to cooperate with special counsel. At the last Judiciary Committee hearing, Chairman Gowdy said that if the special counsel has evidence of a crime, he should submit it to the grand jury. As Chairman Gowdy himself said, if you are innocent, act like it. Today, I urge our chairman to change course and to keep their promises to protect the integrity of the special counsel's ongoing investigation, and instead of asking hundreds of questions that undermine it, to work with him. And with that, Chairman, I yield back.
We welcome our witness. And Mr. Strzok, if you would please rise, I'll begin by swearing you in. Do you swear that the testimony that you are about to give shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Thank you. Let the record show that the witness answered in the affirmative. Mr. Strzok, you may begin.
Chairman Goodlatte and Gowdy, Ranking Members Nadler and Cummings, thank you for the opportunity to testify before your committees again, this time in an open hearing. I testify today with significant regret, recognizing that my texts have created confusion and caused pain for people I love. Certain private messages of mine have provided ammunition for misguided attacks against the FBI, an institution that I love deeply and have served proudly for over 20 years. But let me be clear, unequivocally and under oath, not once in my 26 years of defending our nation did my personal opinions impact any official action I took. This is true for the Clinton email investigation, for the investigation into Russian interference, and for every other investigation I've worked on. It is not who I am, and it is not something I would ever do, period. It is not politically motivated. It is not a witch hunt. It is not a hoax. I expect that during this hearing, I'll be asked about that ongoing investigation. Where the FBI has directed me not to answer, I will abide by the FBI's instructions. But let me be clear, this is not because I don't want to answer your questions. If I were permitted to answer, I would. And the answers would doubtless be disappointing to the questioners and undermine the conspiracy narrative being told about the Russia investigation.